Here at the Keystone Museum, we have an extensive collection of the John Deeres. It's 28 different two-cylinder models, and we have at least one of each item of those models in the collection. And we have some pretty rare John Deeres out of all of them too. Quite a few of them are made less than 300 each of. There's a 59 John Deere 430T, it's LPG. Only made 128 of those. And the 430 high crop, 1959, only made 183 of.
Here I have a 620 standard John Deere LP, fairly rare, and we bought the tractors pretty much in this appearance right here, but we did put some new tires on the front, I think. But it's highly sought after and one of the rarest tractors in the museum as far as the John Deeres go, so very nice unit.
The adjustable wide front, I think, is the most rare part of it. And being an LPG 620, which only made 620s a few years anyway, but wide tread, they call this, adjustable front axle. The 620 was available in 4 variants: row crop, standard, orchard, and high crop. Here's the 620 orchard. I only made 133 of these, and this is 1958.
This is a tractor that we restored here in-house. Has a 253 Detroit engine in it. A lot of people don't consider it to be a two-cylinder John Deere due to the fact that it has the GM engine in it. They were trying to compete with some of the other manufacturers with a little more horsepower and a smaller tractor. It is a nice running little tractor. When we got it, we found these are called elephant ear fenders on the back of it. And they were pretty sought after, hard to find, so when we got them, we had to cut a lot of putty out of them and kind of rebuild them, but we think it adds a nice touch to the tractor. It's a lot of fun to drive. This one has a little bit of a problem with the drag link on it. Needs tightening up, but other than that, it's a nice running little tractor. And it's built on a 430 frame, I guess you would say, the tractor and so forth. I understand one of its weak points was the fact that it doesn't have a frame or a chassis under it, so the engine housing and rear end housing, I guess, kind of supports the tractor, and it might have had a little tendency to break or crack or whatever, but other than that, we have been to some tractor pulls, some guys that souped them up pretty good and sound like a bumblebee on steroids, you know. Being in Detroit, it has a tendency to make a little bit of racket. We restored this tractor and carried it to a tractor show and took first place for best restoration, so I was very proud of my guys for the work they'd done on it.
All right, here in our collection, we had a few high crops of the John Deeres, which was pretty rare. This is a 1952 John Deere GH high crop. Only made 237 of these. Then we have a 1951 John Deere AWH. Only made 357 of these. Had the adjustable wide front end on them. A lot of these were used in the asparagus and sugarcane down south. This was John Deere's biggest tractor at the time, the 830 diesel. This was around a 60, 70 horsepower tractor. It was the largest thing they made at the time.
It's always nice to have something new that you're in the process of restoring, you know, and it's a joint effort by me and, of course, Bones and the boys out in the shop, so I guess the sky's the limit. But everybody asked me about getting into the new generation John Deeres, and I said, well, if I do that, my wife will probably leave me, so I better stick to the 2 cylinders, you know.
Thanks for catching Classic Tractor Fever. If green is your scene, be sure to check out these other classic stories. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep those classic tractor stories rolling.